and welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source and home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Kurt Steele. On today's show, we discuss some predictions for the 2024 Detroit Lions. But please do us a quick favor, right quick. Like the video and share it with other Lions fans like yourself. If you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we are currently at 828. Now it's time to bring in my co-host. It's the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan. Our resident defensive line coach is who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
And it's the smoothest player from Yorktown and your auntie's favorite Detroit Lions content creator, my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
I liked him, Kurt. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, man. Okay, if you're new to the channel and you don't know how we get down here, we look at Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up. If we disagree, we say it is balled on. And we give our take on why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, just natural debate about and our true feelings about our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. But before we get into the show today, I had a quick rumor I wanted to address, and it's some new numbers for some new players. And I want to get LL and Coach Mike's just a quick opinion on this. Okay, Brandon Joseph is rumored to go from 40 to 12. Lawrence Strickland from 48 to 24. Practice squad player Pat O'Connor from 69 to 90 to 95, which was what's the guy's name? Betts. That was his number he had before he went back to the CFL, get some sacks up there already. And then Jake Bates from 43 to 39. He wore 38 with the Michigan Panthers. And then Trevor Nowinski, the new guy, he's going back to 53, which was the number he had before. But that's not really the rumor I want to discuss with the numbers. Number one, their jersey number one is still up for grabs. You know, Maurice Alexander, he hit the skits. I don't know why they gave him number one in the first place because he wasn't going to be on the team, no way. But rumors is that Jahmyr Gibbs is rumored to get number one. But the league rules on jerseys, if a player switches numbers, the players have to buy the dead stock if they switch numbers. So that may be a roadblock for Gibbs because he has one of the best selling jerseys on the team, and it may cost him quite a bit of money. You remember Gibbs was one of the models for the new uniforms that launched back in April. So quick, do you think that Jahmyr Gibbs gets that number one jersey, or you think he waits?
He waits. Yeah, that's too big of a hit on the pockets, man, to do that because he got a hot summer jersey, and a lot of people stocked up on it. So if he got to buy all the back or
yeah, he had to buy all the dead stock. And remember, it's all the colors. They have the alternate jersey now too. So you had to buy all the road, all the home, all the alternates, and all the throwbacks.
Yeah, he ain't doing that. And two, I thought Hendon Hooker was number 12.
No, he's number two.
Oh, number two. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gibbs ain't doing that. He ain't doing that.
What you got, LL?
I never really understood like that part of it. Like, I guess, you want to switch your number, then you got to, pay us for it. I don't like that rule. But I don't know if Gibbs would get it, but I remember J-Mo was saying he wanted number one when it became available. I think it was last year or something like that. He was saying he wanted the Uno or whatever it is. So I don't know, but if any of those gentlemen actually want the number, I don't see why they don't. If they gonna do it, then just do a jersey giveaway, buy all that old stuff and just give it away and use it as a tax write-off if it can work that way.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Because if it was me, I have a number, right? I want everybody to buy my new number. I want to. I don't want. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get it. I get it, right? But that's why you don't see a lot of players switching numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see like some, or they'll wait until like it'll be in the actual off season. You know what I'm saying? Like before camp starts, because sometimes you can get a little leeway from that because the jerseys haven't. If you'd have did it before the new jerseys came out, I think it would have been cool. I just don't understand the Lions giving Maurice Alexander one in the first place. He wasn't going to be on the team. I didn't see him making the roster anyway.
LL, you had a very, very, very valid point right there, man. Because those now, like Jahmyr Gibbs, that is like a commemorative jersey number. So if he did want to switch, I would just get an LLC, and then I would just buy all the jerseys up, and I'd just be selling Jahmyr Gibbs rookie season jerseys. That ain't never
Yeah,
gonna
that's
change.
true. I mean,
You
you
know
can't
what I'm
do it business. That's a good business
saying?
move.
Hey.
All right, let's move on. Let's get into today's show, man. Yeah, a little money. All right, now it's time to look at the topics for today. First up, we have who's gonna ball out? Who will ball out on offense in 2024? 3 things the Lions need to do to reach the Super Bowl, and what's more likely? We're gonna play that game with my man LL this morning, man. But of course, man, what are we? We the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, man. And who is going to ball out on offense for the Detroit Lions? Let's look at this thing right here. Of course, the offense goes as the quarterback goes, right? So the Lions had that top 5 offense in 2023, and they have some high expectations for this season as well. And here's some guys I believe will ball out this season. Like I said, the offense is going to go how JG goes. It's his 3rd season in Ben Johnson's offense. I'm not counting the first in 2021 because that really wasn't his. I mean, it was like 3.5. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is his 3rd year in it because I don't count the first year because most of it was Anthony. What was that? Anthony Glenn's or Lynn's offense. Yeah. So all right. So Ben Johnson, I think he will improve this year. I just think he's getting more and more command of this offense, right? And he has improved each year he's been on this offense under Ben Johnson because he's given him more autonomy over the offense. I think Goff will have 4,700 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, and he will go down and do 8 interceptions, almost 200 more passing yards, 5 more touchdowns, and 2 fewer picks. I just think he has control of this offense, and it just gets even better. He's enter his prime. People talk about quarterbacks entering their prime. Well, quarterbacks usually enter their prime, especially pocket passers, around 28, 29. You know, quarterbacks are playing into their 40s now, and I think that this is going to be a big year for Jared Goff. All right, next up, we got my man. We talked about him a little bit ago, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he would definitely get his 1,000 yards that he missed on last season on the ground in 2024. He just missed that in 2023. However, I think he will have a bigger production in the passing game for Ben Johnson's offense. I predict him to have probably around 300 more yards catching the ball out of the backfield. He had 316 last year. I think he will have around 600 this year. The coaching staff have already stated that he will have an increased role as a receiver out of the backfield this season. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the only player I'm predicting to have a little bit fewer yards than last season. However, I think he and Jamo will combine for 2,000 yards receiving this season, with the Sun God being around 1,200 yards, and Waymo will finish around 800 yards this season. All right, fellas, man. I want you to let me know what you guys think on who will boss up or who will ball out this year on offense, man. So let me know, Coach Jones, you up first, man. Do you agree with those sentiments of having who going to boss up this year on offense?
Let me go and sit right for a second, and then let me reach all the way to the sky, and then bring that back down like this right here. Cause I feel all of that, man. I think if all that happened, we going to the Super Bowl, man. If Goff can keep them interceptions in single digits, if Gibbs can be a double threat like that, and we get Jamo approaching 1,000 yards receiving, we doing just like that. We going to the Super Bowl, so I feel all of that, man. I feel it.
Okay. What you got, LL? I mean, of course, I think this take is bossed up. I believe that all of those guys will improve. The only thing, one thing that I would like to add, I think that Jamo might get closer to 1,000 than that. Maybe Amon-Ra might come down a bit. Maybe he'd be around 11 or 12, and maybe Jamo can get up there to about 1,000. So that's the only tweak I have in it.
All right. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. Let us know. Give us your season prediction on who you think will boss up on ball out on offense this year, man. Or if you agree, just put it in the comments, hashtag boss up, you know what I'm saying? Or ball, or, you know, what you agree with these takes on who's going to ball out on the offense this upcoming season. All right, my man, Coach Jones said he got 3 things the Lions need to do to get to the chip this year. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yes, sir. And that's just piggybacking off of LL's comment because he knows what the deal is. And you know, there's 3 things the Lions need to reach the Super Bowl. And that first one, J-Mo must become the J-Mo of old. And I'm talking about Alabama J-Mo. I ain't talking about no rookie season, no second. I'm talking about Alabama. He got to be one of them Bama boys. Again, if he one of them Bama boys, man, I'm telling you right now, he gonna be a headache, man. He might actually surpass Amon-Ra St. Brown this year in yards. I'm just, you know, I know everybody thinks that Amon-Ra, you know, I'm telling you right now, if J-Mo's old, man, whoo, boy, that boy fast. Then the secondary must improve. If they can just go from the back end to the bottom of the league, if they can just get more towards the middle of the pack, we will make the Super Bowl. And it will be hard, even though we do have a lot of talent out there. They haven't played together a lot, you know, at all in preseason and camp. They've all been out with this injury and dealing with this and that, and they haven't really been together as a whole. So the sooner that they gel, the sooner we can get on to the Super Bowl. I can get my tickets. You know, and the last thing that has gone to be a must is Jake Bates has to be a weapon. And I know I said the kicking game, but we scratched that. Jake Bates has to be a weapon. He has to be a weapon in the kicking game. Like we basically, if we just get on the other side of 50, we got to kick a field goal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it's fourth and 6, we kicking the field goal. If we're on the 45, we kicking the field goal. And I think that's the biggest weapon you could have on offense is we don't even need to get that far to for him to boot that 64-yard field goal, man. So yeah, those are my takes, man. Do y'all agree with that? Is that Super Bowl? I feel like if all 3 of those things happen, we're going to Super Bowl. I mean, we're going to Super Bowl regardless. But I'm just saying, if those happen, then we definitely going to Super Bowl.
All right, I'm gonna have to give you a bossed up on this one. Definitely, my man. I have to agree that J-Mo is going to have to be the dynamic player that he was at Alabama, but there's a little tweak. He's going to have to do it at a pro level. And I say that to say this. He's been putting in the work this offseason. Now, Waymo has been more of a professional wide receiver this offseason, right? Now, because he can't just rely on his physical gifts like he did at Alabama, but he has been putting in the worked on his route running, his catching. Now, his natural speed mixed with being a more technically sound wide receiver is going to make him a problem for opposing secondaries, and that's what the little tweak is. He's got to go back to his Alabama days, but he's got to do it at a professional level. He just can't go up there and just line up like he did at Alabama and just go, because it's a different game in the NFL. But he's shown tremendous growth this offseason. So I think he will become a more mature and more technically sound receiver, which makes him even more dangerous. For the secondary, right? And I discussed this because I ain't talked to you guys about this on the live show on Friday, right? I talked about this on the live show on Friday. The practice squad is probably one of the best in the league, and that includes the wide receiver group. They're veteran and diverse. You look at some of the guys they have. You got a speedy guy, a shifty guy like a Tom Kennedy. Then you got Patrick, who can take the top off the defense. And you got possession guys like DPJ and Allen Robinson, right? So they can help our young secondary with techniques and help that group gel, because they can put out on the field whatever the other teams are going to line up with. so they can line up with these practice squad guys and just be like, hey, this is what we're facing this week, and we got one of those guys on the practice squad to help our guys get better. And Brad Holmes, man, I don't know, he's put together one of the best rosters, top to bottom, just to include the practice squad. That's just crazy. I mean, and people were clamoring to get on our practice squad. That's crazy. I've never seen where people want to go just come to Detroit just to be on the practice squad. When that happened? What did they do that? They do it in Detroit this year. All right. And then with Jake Bates, man, I think we know he can make kicks easily from 60 yards. And his best and longest kicks in the UFL last season were where? Inside Ford Field. And the good thing is that 14 of 17 games that we play inside. So that's an advantage for my man. And I know David going to have him ready to be outside as well, because when it comes to that cold weather, they're going to practice outside. And I believe, and one thing, the coaching staff believes in him, right? They believe in Jake Bates because they ain't brought nobody else in. I believe in Dave Philp because he's a great special teams coach, and I think he will help him with his accuracy. The kicking game, now, you can't just say Jake Bates because you got to include my man Jack Fox, and he's one of the best in the business. And I think that the kicking game will be a weapon because we'll have the ability to flip the field. If we do have to punt, we'll be able to flip the field with Jack Fox and make long field goals with Jake Bates. What you got, LL?
Man, gonna be a whole lot shorter than that, but yeah, I should say, I agree. This is a bossed up take, man. Of course, I think we all have expectations for J-Mo this year. And I do like that. That's an extra one though. The kicking game. It has to be a weapon. It has to be, I guess, better decisions have to be made. I'm one of the people that was okay with, with some of those fourth downs last year. Some of the outcomes might have had changed had they just stuck to somebody's hands. But it's always, hindsight is always 20/20. But even before all that, I'm okay with that. I like the aggressiveness. I like the belief in the players, and I like the players believing in Dan Campbell when he calls on it. They actually want to go out there and make it happen for him. So I'm okay with those scenarios. But of course, we have to improve on all of those areas to be better. Of course, secondary. I've said it before in one of the earlier shows. We can just get into the top half. Maybe I give y'all a number. If we could target maybe like 17 or 18, we can just be top 17 or 18. I think, and as long as that, the other side of it, the run game, we could still be, as great as we were or as good as we were at it last year. I believe that all adds up for for a big long playoff run. And maybe a Super Bowl appearance. But yeah, I agree with all of that, Coach Mike.
Yeah, for real, man. And I get what you're saying about J-Mo. He has to be that dynamic player like he was at Alabama, but he has to have that pro twist to it because he's even said it himself. He's like, all he did was Alabama. He just went out there and just lined. They just kind of gave him hey, go make a play. Mm-hmm. He went out there and lined up and made a play. But he can't do that in the pros because it's just a different game, man, different level. And he had to learn that, and you can see how he has approached playing wide receiver this year, where he's more trying to be more technically sound, working on route running. His hands. He's done those things to make himself. He's going to be a problem, and I agree with you. He's going to be a problem because he can be back to that dynamic player with even the added more tools for a professional. It's going to be some issues.
Yeah.
Woo-wee, man. It's gonna
Florida, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon Ra, David Montgomery. Oh my Lord.
Boy, he gonna have that drum line going at Ford Field, man. They're gonna be Horsham singing that doggone Gridiron Heroes every time he touches the ball, man, because he's gonna be some touchdowns, baby. All right, man. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. And continue with our 2024 predictions, man. LL, he got a little game he wants to play. He said, what's more likely? Well, what you got, LL?
All righty. So here's another game of what's more likely. I don't know how to make it correlate with the boss up and ball on, but however you got to make it work. But for today on this Labor Day edition, I'm gonna start out with what's more likely. What's more likely, that Jared Goff has a better season or worse season than last year, than the 2023-2024 season. Last year, he had 4,575 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 picks, 67.3 completion percentage, 97.9 rating. Now, I'll always forget the difference. Is 97.9, it was rating was 97.9, and his QBR was 60.3. I don't really know the difference between those two. But those
passer rating is
passer rating. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's the 97 is a passer rating. Total QBR has to do with like running the. It's that's a lot more. That's a different equation. That's why those numbers are a little bit lower usually.
Right.
QBR.
I don't really care about none of that because you can have all that like Aaron Rodgers and still, look like a goddamn fool in the NFC Championship games in a row, a few years in a row. But whatever, that man's is in a much different place, different shade of green now. But yeah. So on that scenario, what do you guys think? Do you think Jared Goff has a better season or worse season than last year? Even though we kind of already answered it a little bit early.
Yeah, I answered mine, so I know what I think.
Yeah, it's better, man. He definitely having a better season. Definitely.
All right. Next up, what's more likely? With David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. So earlier this year or earlier in this offseason, I believe it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had said that if Jahmyr Gibbs can get to the double 1,000, 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving, he'll get him anything that he wants. I believe that he said that because he know he's not going to get there. But, that's one of them. So do you believe, what's more likely? Both Monty, this is another thing. I believe I seen this on Woodward Sports, but it was a prediction that they said that Monty and Gibbs both will get to 1,100 yards rushing this year. So what do you guys think is more likely? Monty and Gibbs both get to 1,100 or Jahmyr Gibbs get to that 1,000?
Ooh. I would say probably the 1,100 mark because I think this will be the first time that the Lions will have two 1,000 yards rushers in a season. Never happened in team history before. We know Gibbs was 55 yards short of just 1,000 last year. I just think that with the improved running of the Lions offense this year, bringing in a guy like Kevin Zeitler, who's more of a run blocker than he is, he's a better run blocker at the guard position. So putting him next to Sewell, that's going to be a nasty combination on that right side of that line. So I think 1,100 it will be the more likely because if you already said that Gibbs is going to have around 600 yards receiving, so I don't think he's going to make that the 2,000 the 1,000 club, which is a very exclusive club. But I think that the 1,100 apiece. What you got, Coach Jones?
You know what? You just brought me down, man, in my mood. Because personally, I don't think either of them is gonna happen.
Well, you gotta pick one.
I know. I'll double down with Kurt and say it's more likely that both those guys will get 1,100 yards rushing. I think with the upgraded offensive line, the year or two of Gibbs, Monty's still doing his thing. This is more likely that both get 1,100 yards.
All right. And then last but certainly least, I guess, in this game, very short and sweet one here. What we just talked about, expectations on getting there anyway. So Super Bowl or bust, y'all. What's more likely? The Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl. I want to make sure if I say win or make the Super Bowl, but the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl or they miss the playoffs. What's more likely?
Oh, the Lions is up to win the Super Bowl this year. Do I think it's a bust if they don't win a Super Bowl? No, but
that's just how I phrased it. But
yeah. But yeah, I think it's more likely that they win a Super Bowl than not make the playoffs. And the reason I say that this team is still fairly young, but they have a good mix of young players, young talented players, and good veterans. And I just think this team is set up for long-term success. And I just think that if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be they're going to add some more players. They're going to get better each year. It's just the way that they approach it. Oh, we lost LF for a second, but Yeah, I think it's more likely that they win the Super Bowl that'll be a total bust if they don't even make the playoffs. So yeah, Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I'm double down again because they gonna make the Super Bowl. They gonna win the Super Bowl because I got bets on 2 different sites that the Lions is gonna win the Super Bowl on DraftKings and on MGM Grand. So yeah, they going for that bowl, man. They ain't even know if as a buts about it. Ain't no none of that. It's Super Bowl. We here. We come to take. They might as well give us a Lombardi right now.
I don't know about that, Coach Mike. I like that. I like that belief, but yeah,
I like that belief.
Make sure y'all, y'all audience out there, everybody listening, and if you're watching or whatever, just make sure y'all, leave a thought in the comments as well with those 3 most likely scenarios there.
Yeah, Geronimo's in the building, man. They called him the Ghost Cat. The audience definitely likes him on the show, man. Definitely. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. And I know that you guys are be in the chat while we on the premiere, man. But make sure you go ahead and leave us a comment. All those things help us with that YouTube algorithm. And like I said, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, man. We're at 1828. So if you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's free. It's free. It's free 99 and 50 free cent. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. You get all the notifications when we got new and fresh content right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, man. That's today's show. So give us your predictions, man. If you need to go back and give us all your thoughts on the predictions that we made for today, man. Now, one more thing before we get out of here, man, because we need to do this. We need to rehash this. Okay. All right. Record predictions for the season, because the season is right around the corner. We're less than a week away from Sunday Night Football versus the Rams. Coach Jones, what you got the Lions record being this season?
They running it back 12-5.
12-5. What you got, LL?
I'm gonna say 13-4.
Yep, I'm gonna agree with LL. I'm gonna go one more win. I'm gonna go 13-4 as well. Now it's time for party shots on this Labor Day. LL and Geronimo, you up first.
Well, y'all, today's a great day in the world history because I was born on Labor Day many moons ago. So happy birthday to me. If you want to send me some, reach out for the cash app. Send me some. I will accept the gracious blessing. Send me some. Some taco money, some Coney money, some whatever money, happy birthday, whatever it is, or just say happy birthday. You ain't gotta send me a gosh darn thing besides a happy birthday if that's how it's gotta go. But yeah, if you're out there, pull a little, when you're celebrating today, pull a little out, put a little smoke in the air for your boy today, almost 40.
All right, Coach Jones, what you got?
Yeah, I want to say happy birthday, LL. Do your thing, man. Live it up. Hopefully you turn up today, man, but don't turn up too much because you got work tomorrow. But you know what? I just want to say, man, I do got a little beef with somebody, and that's Sharon Moore. I just got a little beef with him because I wanted to see more of Alex Orji. I didn't want to see Warren that much because I feel like the offense stalled with him, and I feel like putting Alex Orji in that shotgun spread and letting him run the ball is putting so much pressure on the defense that they would have to suck up, and then he'd be able to open up the passing game. And I was waiting to see that, like in the first touchdown when Orji threw, I'm like, okay, they gonna get him in the game, and he ain't really do nothing else. So Sharon Moore, you better get together, my brother, because I want to see Orji.
All right, happy birthday again to my man LL, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being 40, man. Shit, I'm 50.
Almost. I mean, oh no. It's only only one way to go. But
yeah,
I'm
man,
just almost. I ain't there yet.
Hey, man, happy birthday to you, young fella, man. Still around the same age as my children. But anyway, we enjoy having you guys right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your trusted source and home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. No hot takes here, baby. We just keep it 100 and tell you what we think about our favorite team and what's going on with them, the Detroit Lions, man. Enjoy your day. If you got the day off, put something on the grill, have a little drink. You know what I'm saying? Be responsible. If you got to work, be safe at work. And if you are having a good day, spread that joy. But if you ain't, don't steal no one else's.
Mm.
And do your man Kurt Steele a favor. Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Kurt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.